Momentum is building with exciting new polling from Convention of States, and as Indiana Governor Mike Braun continues to tout Article 5 as the solution as big as the problem. All that and more on this week's episode of COS Now.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now!
In a world of bitter polarization, Convention of States continues to prove its worth as a unifying solution. Here's COS Senior Vice President for Legislative Affairs, Rita Peters, to break down our latest groundbreaking polling.
A new statewide poll has just been released by Susquehanna Polling and Research. We asked respondents, would you support a convention of the states to meet and propose constitutional amendments focusing on term limits for Congress and bureaucrats, federal spending restraints, and limiting the federal government to its constitutionally mandated authority? And look at those results, folks. 78%, a whopping supermajority, 78% said yes.
Meanwhile, Indiana Governor Mike Braun appeared on Newsmax TV. During a question about the debt crisis, he offered a bold solution.
We need to have a convention of the states, ideally, if it gets bad enough, to pass a balanced budget amendment and term limits especially.
Governor Braun is an official COS endorser. The former U.S. Senator has emerged as a passionate advocate for calling an Article 5 convention to do what he knows from firsthand experience Congress will never do: limit the federal government. Just a few weeks ago, he signed an official proclamation making September 18th Article 5 Day in Indiana. COS has been the subject of a buzz of media attention over the past few weeks, with hits from the Cleveland Plain Dealer, the Connecticut Sentinel, The Hill, and most notably, the National News Desk. You may be surprised at how positive the coverage was.
States have passed resolutions calling for a convention of states, and 8 more have passed it in at least one chamber. If 34 states agree to call a convention, it would be the first time in history Americans have invoked Article 5 of the Constitution. It seems to me to institute kind of like a system of checks and balances, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They really wanted a way for the people through the states to bypass Congress if the federal government ever became too powerful or refused to limit itself. So the concern was that Congress might never voluntarily pass amendments that restricted its own authority, and they really haven't when you look at things like term limits that have been discussed for decades and never passed. So Article 5 was really the safety valve, a way for the states to kind of rein in this federal overreach if needed.
No lies detected. Additionally, COS got a mention from Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, responding to an ex-user looking for a way to bypass Congress and propose term limits. Before I let you go, here are a few of my favorite photos from the Race to Freedom Leadership Summit. Check out future editions for more behind-the-scenes clips from that event. Until then, this is Jake Fay signing off from another edition of COS Now.